Present. Right. So, welcome everybody. Welcome to the show that is myself and Sarah. So, Sarah is a PR guru. She is also my best friend, and I've got her on today to kickstart the Wednesday workshops. And the Wednesday workshops are literally all about helping you start your online business, start it, grow it, scale it. Okay. And I've got a panel of experts that are going to be coming in on a Wednesday, every 2 Wednesdays at the moment. And we're going to be talking into various different things that are going to help you grow and scale your business. As you can see, there's a lot of emphasis on perfection. It doesn't have to be. So, like, let's just take that off the table completely. You get to be yourself 100%. What I'm going to ask you to do is mute your microphones and come off camera if you can. I'm going to spotlight Sarah, and what we're going to do is Sarah's gonna she's from a company called Vanilla Black. She is a PR person, and she's going to talk to us about personal branding across platforms. So this is like really exciting. Because it is very much so something that a lot of us might not do effectively. Now, I know I'm in the middle of branding myself, rebranding myself. So this is going to be exceptionally useful for me. And as I was doing that, I kind of thought, hey, like, if this is useful for me, it's going to be useful for other people. So let's get Sarah on. And she's kindly volunteered to come and speak to us about all things PR related. So without further ado, what I'm going to do is hand you over to Sarah. If you've got any questions, pop them in the chat. And we will get to them a little bit later. But I'm going to go on mute and disappear. Says I'm going to spotlight you if I can. All right, cool. I'm away. Take it away, Sarah Allum.
Thank you very much. Can everybody hear? All good?
Yeah, all good.
So, firstly, I apologise for my technical ability going through this. One of my specialities is actually working with tech companies. I can explain how the stuff works. I cannot use it at all, even basically. So, so thank you all for coming and listening to me today. And I'm really sorry my dog's turned up talking about professionalism and perfection. Amy, I cannot move to the next slide.
Okay, so what you do is you hit, I think it's either spacebar or left or right arrow on your key.
I've tried all of that.
Click on your presentation for me.
Oh, okay, I do that. There we are. So, and I apologize for the crazy picture. This was taken when I first started, and I was just trying to look smiley, and I come across as crazy. So, my name is Sarah. I've been working in marketing and PR for 17 years now. I started when I first came across to Jersey. My CV didn't mean much at the time, and it was just a job that I fell into, but it was the best accident for me because I've never felt so comfortable and confident in a job ever. I've worked for a variety of different businesses, from small startups right through to Times Top 100 businesses, and actually being a little bit older and having a bit of business experience before I came into this was really, really useful. And it's definitely been a bit of a superpower. I've done in-house PR, I've done consultancy, and I'm now working with an agency, and really, really loving it. The reason I went back into working for agency rather than working for myself is the agency director, because she's just amazing. I love her values, and I just wanted somebody that I can learn from, and I just, with her in spades, she's an amazing mentor. So start off, what is PR? Now, according to the Chartered Institute of Public Relations, PR is fundamentally about managing communication between an organization, apologies for the Americanization there, and its various stakeholders to build and maintain a positive reputation. PR involves crafting messages that resonate with audiences, fostering relationships, and ensuring that the organization's values and objectives are clearly communicated. When we work with clients, we emphasize very much the reputation. And I think that is the key difference between marketing and PR. Now, PR is part of that marketing mix overall, but it's a very specialist area, same as digital marketing. And where marketing is very much about the sales, PR is about your reputation. So, why is this important? In the agency, we talk about the 3 R's: reputation, reach, and relationship. So, as I was saying, the reputation is absolute paramount. We will craft messages that will highlight the company's core values, its achievements, positive contribution. It's about, like, who are you as a person? Who are you as a business? What are your values? And it's making sure that they're getting across. It's very strategic. It's making sure that your personal, professional, both objectives are put across in the way you want them put across to the people you want to receive them. So the reach is about all your stakeholders. And I've got staff there first. I think a lot of people, as they're growing, they forget about their staff and about how important it is to bring everybody along with you. So you still got to be able to convey all your values, all your objectives to whoever you're dealing with. So it could be whether you're campaigning to government or somebody in the post room, everybody is of equal value. And it's creating that compelling content that brings them along with you. So the relationships, my job is 90% relationships, I would say. Sorry, I need to say I've actually got COVID at the minute, so I'm struggling a little bit. So I apologize for that. And it's tailoring those messages specifically for your audience so they resonate very strongly. Oops. So now we're here to talk about brand. Now, it's not just your business, it's about you. And it's both very important. So I can't see the chat, but does anybody know how long it takes for somebody to form their first impression of you? I don't know if there's anything there. Amy, can you help with that?
Yeah, I certainly can. Nothing there at the moment, but is it like a couple of seconds?
It's 0.1
There,
seconds.
there you go. John has
So,
said
so
0.1 seconds. I don't even think
not
my brain moves that fast.
your brain does, but we don't.
But I don't. But yeah, wow. Okay. I'll keep an eye on the chat stairs.
Thank you. That's literally the only question I think that's in there. So it's 0.1 seconds. So everybody, as soon as you saw me, you had an impression of me. So it really highlights how important that is. If you're online, if you're out there, you have a business, people have an impression of you. So it's important for you to maintain that, for you to manage that, and for you to control it. So from the good old Jeff Bezos himself, your personal brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room. Okay, why is it important? So first of all, credibility. And your personal brand is your reputation. If you can build a strong personal brand, you're establishing yourself as an authority on the topic. People buy from people, ultimately, and you're not going to go and get somebody to pave your drive who's a florist, are you? So you want to be known as an authority on your topic. It makes your audience more likely to trust you and to work with you. It increases your visibility. A strong personal brand will help you stand out in a really crowded field. So you are able to really convey strongly your values and your differentiators. It builds your brand awareness so that people know that they can go to you for that help. It establishes your credibility and your expertise, and you're opening yourself up for people to get in contact and reach out to you. And it's establishing that connection. Again, it's about that relationship building. People are going to connect and do business with somebody that they trust and they feel they've got that connection with. So what elements form that personal brand? So connections and affinity with your audience, like I said, that's like the relationship is so key. Your values, I think that's a little bit small there. I just think everything that goes out in your communications and in your brand should reflect your values. That way you are going to attract your people because they're going to resonate with those values. Authenticity. If you don't trust somebody, if they don't have that credibility, you're not going to be involved with them. You're not going to think well of them. Your authority. So you want your audience to believe in you and to know that you're the expert and that you're that go-to person. And your activities demonstrate that. Your personality, again, it's all to do with the relationships. Your values, again. And straight back in the middle, it's the connections and affinity that you have with your audience. So, here we go. So building your personal brand, it's everything. So it's how you dress as an older woman. Do I wear makeup? Do I curl my hair? Do I dress smartly, casually? The tone of voice that I use, how I come across, and also the words that
One sec says, I think you're on mute, darling. We lost you for a second, so I think you're wired back
I'm
up.
so
That's
sorry.
all right, don't worry, it happens. It happens all of the time. It is completely okay. Share your screen again, my sweetheart, and then we'll carry on. You'll have to start from the brand slide with the dude on it. Okay, we can see your Zoom at the moment. So do you want to share your other screen?
Joy, stop share.
It happens all the time. My Wi-Fi is in and out because I live in a place in the UK called the Cotswolds, and like literally, if the wind does this, my Wi-Fi just goes and down. So excellent. You're back on. Carry
The
on.
right,
Thanks, Des.
is this the right slide? Perfect. Okay. So building your personal brand. It's everything about you, basically. It's how you look, the dress, the tone of voice that you use, how you say it, what you're saying, who you're saying it to. Make sure that you're speaking to the people you want to hear you. So it's really important, again, to reiterate, you understand who your audience is and where you're saying it. Make sure that you're in the right arena for where your people hang out. And again, it's like covering all those different stakeholders when I was talking about PR as a whole as well. So even in meetings in the office, if you work in an office, if you have any employees, even if they're contractors, at events, what you put on your personal Facebook page, you may not think it's related to your business, but people will associate the two. So again, going back to what I was saying before, decide what channels are right for your brand. Your channel strategy and the type of content. So at Black Vanilla, we're on TikTok. I work with some millennials and Gen Z, so they love a bit of TikTok, or as myself and the agency director call it, the TikTok, the TikTok. We're a huge believer in LinkedIn. because majority of our clients are businesses. But we will use LinkedIn for thought leadership, um, for commenting on things in the marketing and PR field. We will use Facebook and Instagram for more things to do with us as staff, to show us having, well, we're out in an event, or sorry, I'm struggling with the COVID. So yes, we choose what we put out on what channels. I wouldn't put a blog out or a link to a blog on Facebook. That just wouldn't be appropriate. And again, thinking about the audience who you want to speak to, the post type, the content, the copy length, the tone of voice, and the post frequency. It's I mean, I don't want to receive a newsletter from somebody every week. That's just too much. But it's a direct touch point with your customer. So once every quarter, that's just not enough either. Yeah, so other useful activities that we do for our customers, we do social media audits. We'll do a whole PR audit for them. It's something called a PASO. It's paid and shared, paid and shared and owned. And then we look at everything. We can look at your channel strategy and your comm strategy and suggest a way forward and how you can achieve better cut through. Keeping a content calendar. We use an Excel spreadsheet to keep track of our posts, and we use it for our clients as well. I probably shouldn't admit that, but yeah, still love a bit of Excel for things like that, but there will be lots of tools available. So it really helps to keep you on track and making sure that you're posting, you're not repeating content, and that your messages are on point as well, when you can see it written down like that. So, like I said, we're a huge advocate of LinkedIn. I don't think there's one client that we don't recommend to use it. I'm even working with a music school at the moment, and they teach predominantly children, but we're getting them on LinkedIn at the moment because they want to set up or introduce to the island a corporate battle of the bands. So they need to be able to talk to other corporates. Also, it's really good visibility to them because the people who work in those corporates have children. So then they can build the relationship up with the business community and therefore have another channel to speak to potential customers. So it's the networking and business development, building your personal brand and your organization's profile. So you would have your business profile and you would have your personal profile. And any business updates, you would use your business account, and then your personal, you would use that to present yourself as the authority through your posts, through thought leadership, through blogs, whatever you wanted to put out there. Talent acquisition, I mean, I don't think anybody lets anybody in for an interview anyway, or even wants to work with one another and without checking them out on LinkedIn first. It does give a lot of market insights and trends. Like I said, as an agency, we put a lot of trends and market information out there, and other authorities do. We work with financial institutions that will regularly give a global weekly update on what the market activity is. So whatever you want to find out, there's lots of information out there. Learning and development, it's great for, and you do have total global reach. So LinkedIn training. Now, we don't offer this online very often. It's normally bespoke and it's in person, but we have one online training on the 12th of September, I believe it is. If you're not au fait with LinkedIn, it gives you an introduction to LinkedIn, how to create that 5-star profile, how to support your colleagues' posts, best practice for posting your own content, and tips, tricks and trends for 2024. Now, this is Nicole. She is the agency director, and I put her there because she's amazing. I just love her in so many ways. When it comes to personal brand, she lives, eats, and breathes it. Where we are all about collaboration. We are very sustainable, environmentally friendly. We are people first. We will not work with toxic people or companies at all. There is just so much that I love about her. And and literally for the price of this course would normally get you about 15 minutes in her company. So it's a really, really good uh opportunity to get in front of an expert and be able to ask her those questions about, it's not just about LinkedIn. She's going to be talking to you about LinkedIn, but the purpose is about your personal brand to make sure that you're putting your step foot forward. So she's a fellow of the Chartered Institute of PR practitioners. That's the highest level that you can get to. She's had agencies in Sydney and London. Her husband is from Guernsey, which is where she moved to a good few years ago now and set up business there. So we're very, very lucky to have her in the Channel Islands. Oops, if I can move. That might be the end, is it? Yes. So yeah. Do you have any questions? And again, apologies for my COVID. I hope I wasn't too stilty.
You're okay, lovely. Okay, so thanks for that. I've got, hold on, let me just see. Do you want to stop sharing, sweetheart? And then we can,
Of course.
all right,
Voila.
you are on large. Let me just remove spotlight. There you go. Hello, hi. Right then, so thank you for that. Question from me before we go into the chat, and getting messaging like congruent across platforms. So things like, say, for instance, if your chosen platforms are like LinkedIn and Facebook, for instance, having the same messaging across those is like super important. If somebody doesn't have their messaging like, you know, congruently across all of the platforms, and their branding congruently across all the platforms, and people are skipping from one to the other, which actually I'm getting at the moment, it can cause confusion. Have you got any kind of like, you know, advice around that? Just, I don't know, like, is that something that, you know, your company does? What
Totally.
kind of things have you
Well,
seen?
you would if we were working with somebody, we would look at all of that. And like I said, we like the social media audits and things. Do you know, and appallingly, you can see some agencies do it. Before I started working with Black Vanilla, I did like a, oh, I'm so sorry. My little
Oh,
menopause
okay.
COVID brain. So I basically looked at competitor analysis. I did I did a competitor analysis because so it was a Guernsey-based agency. They brought me on to launch the Jersey office. So I did a competitor analysis to look at who was out there. And when I was looking at the competition, as you were looking over their different channels, different messages across, and it's just like, and it was so confusing. You couldn't really see what they stood for, what they did, what their speciality was. I
Mm.
think out of all of the ones that I looked at, there were like three that I would have worked with based on what they've done, because if they're going to be that sloppy with their own channels, would you trust them to look after yours?
Yeah, good point. Excellent, thank you. We've got one here from, hold on a second, we've got one here from Mel. She said, would you say to have business only account on social media, such as Insta and Facebook, and not post links on personal? So I think you kind of touched on that earlier, didn't you, in regards to
Yeah,
like,
I think it's a personal choice.
right.
Can it's a personal choice. If you have a business, then definitely set up your business account across the
Mhm.
channels, because you want to be pushing that. I think they're all connected. I would just be careful about what you put out on your personal. accounts because they're linked. You don't want picture of, sort of like tripping over drunk on a Saturday night and showing your knickers necessarily, unless that's the brand that you want to put across. But no, definitely have your business accounts set up, use them to convey your business messages,
Mhm.
but make sure it's an appropriate message for the channel. So Facebook is a little bit more casual, and LinkedIn is a little bit more professional. So if you were going to put out as you know, in industry stuff you could put out through Facebook, but again, I put things more like thought leadership and blogs and editorial. I would do that more through LinkedIn. But yeah, I hope that wasn't waffly. Hope
No,
that.
it wasn't waffly. What is thought leadership? Because I've heard it bounced around in the corporate world quite a lot, but I'm not entirely sure what it actually means.
So thought leadership, it's well, it's somebody who's a leader and makes you think.
Ah,
There you are.
that's what
So
it says on the tin then.
it's how to position yourself very much at the expert in your field. So it will be
Mhm.
talking um expertly on a particular subject. It's supposed to
Yeah.
be thought provoking.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Because I've heard that in meetings quite a lot when I was still at Mastercard, and I was like, I didn't really know
People
what that
banter
meant.
it at it about, don't they?
I have no idea.
Along with low hanging fruit and open the kimono.
Yeah. Oh yes. Yeah. Absolutely. 100%. Okay, let's have a look to see if there's any other questions at the moment. Um, if you are like starting up, say for instance, if you are a fitness, I know we've got a couple of fitness-based people on here.
Hmm.
Hold on a second, let me close that down. So like if you were like a fitness brand, would you kind of advise Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, um, all three of those? I suppose TikTok as well, if you're, slightly
TikTok for
younger.
fitness, yeah, for sure, because you could do some really, really fun stuff on that. But it depends who your audience is. If
Mm.
you are targeting middle-aged women, such as myself, I'm only going to be looking at Tibetan terriers and dogs on TikTok. I'm not going to be looking at anything else. But if you, let me start again. COVID brain. Okay. Again, think just think about what you want to put across and who your audience is. But I
Mhm.
would recommend Instagram and TikTok very much for fitness because of the videos and the fun that you can have with them. And
Okay.
Facebook, I would say it's more you're talking to the consumer rather than businesses. But if you want to get in with businesses and have some corporate deal where you're going in and offering like personal training sessions with corporate special deals, then you would want to be in LinkedIn.
Mhm. Okay, awesome. Awesome, thank you. Because with my dietista stuff, I was very much Facebook and Instagram. But, moving into my sort of like corporate freedom business coaching, where I'm targeting people that are actually in corporate now, that perhaps don't enjoy it like I didn't and want to kind of break free from it. LinkedIn is a very useful kind of platform in
Very
that kind of
much
sense.
so.
More so over
Yeah.
like Instagram, it'd be like LinkedIn and Facebook that I'd probably be on kind of like more. Awesome.
And from experience, actually, I think the networking aspect of LinkedIn, if you're willing to put yourself out there, and it's not even necessarily about you got hit up a lot, people will do targeted
Mhm.
contact you in a targeted way to try and sell someone try and sell to you. But you have a lot of people, I have a lot of people get in contact with me just because they like my profile, they like the stuff that I've got to say, and then you end up chatting because you've got same or similar values. So it's really, really good for the networking.
Excellent. And you've got a LinkedIn. You mentioned earlier you've got a LinkedIn training. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pop that in the chat. I'm just trying to get you back. Here you are. Excellent. Amazing. Right. Let's have a look. Okay.
Yes, it's on the 12th of
Office one,
September
thanks.
with the amazing Nicole.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's like I said, it's just like she will talk you through LinkedIn and the algorithms, how to use it, how to set best practice for setting up your profile. But it is about personal brand. It's about getting yourself out there in the best possible way and having how to stand out.
When you were like saying earlier about, hold on a second, sorry, I'm multitasking, which I'm useless at. But when you were saying earlier about like people make up their mind about you in the first kind of like 0 point whatever it was seconds or something, and it really kind of depends on, you know, like things like, are you coming across like, you know, like for me, it's like corporate business people, and here I am in a t-shirt, no makeup on, hair all feral. Do you know what I mean? I'm just like, perhaps there's a couple of you know, items that I could work on there. Right. Also,
No, because you're coming across authentically. It's about the authenticity.
oh
This
yeah,
is who
that
you
that
are.
I am.
And Amy, I've known you for far too long. You're not very good at pretending to be anybody else other than yourself, which
Oh,
I'm very
that's
happy
true.
to say.
That is very true. I don't do it too well, do I? Um, also, oh, thanks, Mel. Um, also,
You are
you
looking great,
took
James.
you what?
You are looking great. I'm agreeing with
Thanks,
Mel.
thank you. I've got one of those Zoom filters on, but anyway, let's not talk about me now because I'm getting embarrassed. Okay, so
Mm.
um, if you want to, like, is there anything in your business also that you kind of want to run through? I am offering a free business blueprint call. Basically, we'll take a look at your business or your business idea, and we'll map it out, put a plan into place, and then you can, you know, action that plan. So it's there to completely free, and it's there to, you know, get you moving. So if you're thinking about starting a business, if you've got a business and you're a little bit stagnant, or you want to grow it, then I would say book one of these and we can discuss them. So I popped that link in there. Any other questions for the lovely Sarah before we let her go?
And I would like to say, because I say this to anybody when I'm out and about and I'm networking, if you please come and find me on LinkedIn. I'm always really happy to jump on a call and have a chat. If you've got like a marketing plan, a comms question, want to run some copy by me, I'm always happy to have like internet coffee with somebody and go over that. So do come and find me, connect, and just get in touch if you have any questions.
I'm just going to try and find your profile, Sarah Jane. I know. What are you? Sarah Allum,
Sarah J. Allum.
J Allum. I can't find it.
You got me?
No. Got Sarah Jane Marketing.
Well, I'll be attached to that.
Oh, I've got it. Got it. All right, cool. So what I'll do is I'll post that in as well. So if anybody wants any help around the PRE stuff, just like me, then they can reach out to you as well.
Yeah, there's never any pressure. I just think it's like I said, I'm all about relationships. So if you do have any questions at any time, do just reach out.
Okay, sweetheart. Awesome. All right, thank you. Well, Mel, if you want to take, you know, take advantage of the call, we can definitely go through your PT stuff, and Sarah will be able to help you with your branding as well. So you've got those links there. So grab those, and I think that's it for this evening, isn't it?
Wonderful.
Excellent. I don't think there's any more questions. I'm just going to double check. Um, but thank you everyone for joining. It's been amazing. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the early birds for bearing with us whilst we got our stuff together. It wasn't very polished, but that's kind of how we roll. So so that's it. That's the end. What I'll do is I'll send out the replay and I will get it all out to you. And Sarah, I'll pop this across to you as well.
Thank you
But
very much. Yeah, and feel free to share the presentation with anyone as well.
yeah, we'll do. Also, these are going to be happening every 2 weeks. I believe we've got Lorraine Davis in 2 weeks' time. I think it's on the 11th, and she's going to be talking about energetics and all the kind of person that you get to be and the mindset you get to have if you're going to start a business. Because a lot of it, you know, the strategy is amazing. And it's very important, but actually who you are every single day and how you apply yourself is I'm going to say more important, you're going to get slapped in the face a bit. You're going to fall on your face. Stuff's not going to work. And you're going to want to give up 1,000 times. And it's actually like the energetics behind you and who you are and how you're showing up and how you're taking care of yourself and all that kind of stuff that actually keeps you going. So she's going to be talking into that.
That
She's
sounds
like
really
a
interesting.
huge ball of energy. Yes, sorry, go on, sis.
Actually, sorry, no, just but to add to that, I bigging up your guest, I went on a talk. It's something about it was called physical intelligence, and it's not so it's how we use our body and the energy that it gives you in stances. It was really, really powerful. So
Yeah,
yeah.
amazing. So it's super
Always
amazing.
brilliant.
I've learned so
Yeah.
much. So yeah, that's what we're going to be covering in 2 weeks' time. Look out for the posts around that. I'll send you the reminders over email, and I'll send out this replay for you. But thanks, Sarah. Really appreciate it, and thanks everyone for joining.
Pleasure. Thank you.